Listen, there's an epidemic of men who can't let go of women. And what they don't notice is that women can sense that. They can sense when a man is not willing to let go. And the way they sense it is that they just feel a creepy energy emanating from you. Watch this.
Okay, guys, so here's the importance of detachment. Women like men who are detached. If a woman says no, maybe you can try just one chance. But if she kept saying no and no and no, don't insist. Because it's really attractive when a man insists and insists and insists when there's no chance. So that happened to me, trust me. This year happened to me when a man tried to date and I didn't really like him because we didn't have that connections. We weren't really friends. But he insisted and insisted and I got really mad. So
And the problem is that people insist and they don't even notice it because you're sending texts. And the thing is this is that you can also sense it when a woman doesn't like you in real life and she's already closed off. Or you can sense that she's not sure, and that causes you to get anxious. And you start to come up with ideas to make her like you without noticing. She can see in your mind, she can see from your nonverbal cues that you're thinking in your head, you're insecure, you don't know what to do, you're trying to impress her. And it gives off a sensation of like, ooh, I don't like this guy. There's something off about him. And you're like, what the fuck happened? Why is it that when I really like them, they don't like me back? It's almost like they can see, it's almost like there's like an energy that knows it. Well, guess what? It's because the self is always coming through. This, if you're in your head trying to win her over because you feel like she doesn't like you, women can sense that and they become repelled by that unconscious energy.
if there's no chance, if you don't see that she wants to be with you, just say okay, I respect you, and let her go in silence.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe just maybe in the future she will change her mind and maybe give you a chance because you respect her. So don't don't insist, let her go. Detachment is attractive.
Yeah, and what it happens then is that when you're able to let go of a woman, it allows you to not build resentment actually, because a lot of the times when women feel an energy about you that's creepy, it's usually just resentment because you reacted to these situations with anger and you build it up over the years. And when you get to the age of 40, you have so much resentment that it's almost like a fucking energy field that surrounds you that repels women. And you're like, how, what, why are women attracted to me? What's going on? I look better. I'm working out. But it's because your inner energy field is way too corrupted with resentment, and women have a fine tuning ability to sense that. So because of that, I'm gonna teach you guys how to detach the proper way, so that you don't build these emotions. And what happens is that the more you learn to detach, the more your true, attractive, non-creepy, needy personality radiates from you, and women become more drawn to you. So hopefully you don't creep her out, because you'll creep her out too, man, if you do that. All right, let's go outside. And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one and apply these strategies better, you guys can book a one-on-one phone call with me, and you can pre-order my course, The Natural Man, where I teach you guys these strategies, how to attract women without being creepy. Let's go outside. Let's learn how to do that. You know what's crazy? Nowadays, more people have a harder time getting over their exes or getting over someone than any point in history. For the simple fact that now you can keep up with them, you can track them, and the more you see them, the harder it is to let go. And so we're going to be talking about some of the ways that you guys can get over those people, and ways that's based on science, actually. Now, look, I got to tell you guys something. Some people have certain mental health issues, like bipolar, chronic depression, that makes it more difficult than the average person. And it's very important that you recognize that because, like me, for example, when I was younger, it took me 2 years to get over people. That's not normal. If I would have known that that wasn't normal, I would have seen a therapist, to be honest with you, because it is true. A lot of people are watching this, and I get a lot of calls. And you know what's crazy? Guys call me more for this, that they can't get over a woman. Guys become obsessed. Okay, and a lot of the times, unfortunately, they just got to talk to someone. Okay, but if you can't afford that, these ways are proven by science to help you get over them. So let's talk about this. The first one, and I forgot to include this one, is resentment. Something that you can do is get a pen and paper, get a pen, and get a little notebook, and start to write down resentments that you have of the opposite sex, or just any resentment that you have for people. Just write as many as you can. What it happens is that you're gonna write down what they are and how it has affected you. Doing that has been proven to help people with addictions. Like and it helps people break almost any form of addiction, including not being over someone. And once you find what these are, find someone and tell them about it, right? Find a friend or whatever. What it does is that when you write down your resentments, they stop working on your unconscious. Resentments is the main reason you feel negative emotions, because it all has to do with the other. And resentments happen not because they did something to you, but also because you start to see it in your head. So writing down your resentments, and you'll notice a lot of the emotions that are negative, a lot of the things that helps you, that causes you to not let go, come from resentment. I don't want you to fix it. Just notice all of the resentments and write it down. And once you've written about 20, 25 of them, share it with someone else, and you'll see it liberates you from it. I don't know why that is. I don't know how that works. Sometimes it's best to just let it be, but it works, okay? Writing down your resentments. And the reason why is because, think about it, a lot of the times people just are resentful of the opposite sex. They think they're in love, but in reality, they're resentful and they truly want to hurt their ex. That's why they're not over it. They want revenge. Their revenge comes from resentment. Let go of the desire for revenge by observing your resentments, and those attachments fade away, because in reality, what's attaching them is trauma, right? The next one is understand that and this is something more practical, emotions get released through motion. So you gotta start moving, right? And by the way, if you guys wanna learn more about this, you guys can purchase my course, Emotional Mastery. I literally teach you how to detach from situations and people. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And or book a one-on-one phone call with me. I'm not a therapist, okay? I'm not a therapist, don't sue me. But you guys can talk, and you can tell me your situation, and I can give you guys some advice. And sometimes people don't trust themselves, but they trust somebody else, right? Which you shouldn't, but that's okay. And so sometimes me telling you to get the fuck out, sometimes that's all people need. It's always magical, to be honest with you. So you can book a one-on-one phone call with Father Alex in the description down below. And if you guys wanna, okay, so yeah. So that means moving. Something that I learned is that if you sit down and ruminate on your negative emotion and your past, they start to build up like air without new fresh air. They start to build up a muskiness to it. You have to move, because you gotta understand your body releases dopamine through movement. Dopamine doesn't just control your emotions, it controls your movement. And if you move, your body releases emotions. The more you move, the more it releases emotions. So it's almost like it's gonna feel mechanical, because you're gonna want to sit and just observe and just like cry. No, just move, right? When I worked in counseling, one of the things when you had kids with addictions is that whenever they felt an urge, what we learned is that if they just move and do exercise, something, their minds get distracted. Cesar Millan talks about this, that sometimes aggressive dogs are not aggressive because they're mean and evil and they're hungry pit bulls. Well, pit bulls are different. They're mad because they're homo day and they have a lot of pent up energy. As soon as you get that dog to run, all of a sudden the dog is more calm. And a lot of you motherfuckers are just sedentary. You guys don't move. You gotta move. Even if you feel bad, you gotta move. You're literally forcing release of dopamine, because to move requires dopamine. So you kind of reverse engineer your way out of it through movement. Plain and simple. Next thing is react with sensation. When you observe the memory of that person that you love, naturally you're gonna react with more sadness. Oh, they're not there. Like you think about them and then you react with sadness, you react with a story, or you put a song that kind of reminds you of them. What you're doing is that you're reacting and giving it more energy. So what you should do is react with sensation. What does that mean? The thoughts arise, my ex. Now you react, let me observe the breath. Observe the breath. It's very mechanical. It's a mechanical thing. This is not natural to you. But thoughts, my ex, then I miss her, right? That's not good. Thoughts, my ex, sensation. Let me breathe. Let me feel my forehead. Let me feel my eye, my left eye. Let me feel my nose, my cheek, and keep moving. And you'll notice as you keep moving, when I mean moving, I mean just feel your nose. Okay, now feel your left cheek. Okay, now feel this part of your cheek. Concentrate and feel that part of the cheek. Concentrate, feel it. It'll take a minute. Okay, now feel this part of the cheek. Now feel this part of the cheek. And what you're doing is that you're allowing those negative emotions, my ex, to be there, but you're not adding to it. You're letting it dissolve away. It'll dissolve away because if you don't add to it, it can't stay at that high energy of distraction. Eventually, those mental patterns will dissolve because you're not reinforcing it by scanning the body from head to toe. That's what I do, right? You scan the body, or you could just go on a walk, and as you walk, scan the body from head to toe. My ex, nope. Scan the body. But what about my ex? Nope. Keep scanning the body. What you're doing is like a dog, right? When your dog is being an asshole and is trying to bite people, like Cesar Millan says, like distracted, and the dog is like, oh, and then the dog sees another dog, like the pit bull sees another dog and wants to eat it, oh, and the dog is like, oh, okay. And then the dog sees another, and then you distract it, and the dog is like, okay. It calms down, right? And then once it calms down, then you start to pay attention, right? And then the dog looks at another dog, the pit bull wants to kill it, right? It gets angry, and then you're like, tss, tss, and then the dog like get distracted because you're giving him a sensation, and you're redirecting his focus. And what happens? The aggression, every time it arises, you're interrupting the aggression, and you don't let it get to a certain point. You interrupt it, and each time it arises, you interrupt it. And this is the scanning. And what happens over time, those emotions dissolve because you're not reinforcing it. If you want to learn more about this and you want to apply more of this strategy, go to this website, dharma.org. It teaches you this meditation method. It's for free. So the next one is actually practicing Vipassana. You'll get over your ex. Like you'll let go. Like honestly, if you do that, I have no doubt you'll let go of him. I don't even need to elaborate on that one. The next one is Amor Fati, lover of faith. See everything as faith. See it as though, and this actually goes with this one, God's plan. Let me give you an example. Remember my YouTube channel, my women's channel was acting like shit. Still acting like shit, but that's okay. And every time I saw it, I'd get mad. I'm like, fuck these subscribers, man. They don't know what's good for them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did say that. Oh my fucking God, Father Alex is Fizemo. He has to practice the 6 steps. Shut the fuck up, okay? And so every time I just saw it, I just got mad because I wanted to control it because I said to myself, if this doesn't work out, I may have to find a regular job, and Father Alex can't do that because he keeps getting fired. And then there came a point, I'm like, Alexis, what if this is God's plan? Like, I've seen prayer work for me for some weird reason. Like, it works like magic. And I'm like, Alexis, rather than pray for what you want, why not just pray for God's will? Just let it be, Alexis. Or it could be the universe, right? Sometimes the universe has something for us that's better than we expect. And so I was like, you know what, man, fuck it. So I posted a video and I just said, Alexis, this video is gonna be trash, but that's because it's God's will. Good, it's God's will. I know he has a plan. I know he has a plan. Yo, the emotions, you're able to let go of the situation. If you know that it could be God or it could be that you believe that you could grow from it if you embrace it, right? Like if Malcolm X did that when he went to prison, he hated it, but then he found God in prison, right? Like when my ex broke up with me a few years ago, I was like, nah, this is God's will. Like, I'm gonna learn something from this. There's a reason why I went through it. And so what happens is that when you give it a purpose and you believe that you could grow from it, and you believe that you could ask yourself, what can I do that makes this experience worthwhile? Like, what can I do in this situation that will make me look back and say, you know what, I'm happy I went through that. You gotta think about it from that perspective. And if you believe in God, then like, just don't ask for what you want. Just say, do your will, dude. It could be the universe. I know I'm going to prison now for stealing, but I believe in the law of attraction, and this is the will of the universe. And let me just roll with the punches. Because I'm gonna get out, hopefully, right? Hopefully it's not a foreign prison. I'm gonna get out of this and learn from it. You detach from situations by accepting that, hey, this is outside of my control and this is God's will or the universe, right? Or if you don't believe any of that, believe that you can learn from this, that you can react to this situation that makes it worthwhile. Like, for example, like me, I have ringing in my ear, right? Right? I fucking hate that shit. No, I don't hate it no more, but you know what I mean. Now, when I remember when I first got it, I said, you know what, man? Like, how can I learn from this that makes it worthwhile? And I started practicing more meditation. I started going to more meditation retreats. And then the peace that I found from trying to learn from it made this worth it. Actually, no, but you get what I mean, right? I wish it wasn't there, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I grew emotionally, I grew mentally from accepting it, right? And you could say that this is more infinitely valuable than anything. So you gotta, somebody played you, somebody broke up with you. Okay, what can you learn from this? What can you do to make this situation worthwhile? What can you do to make it say, you know what, I'm happy that happened. If you believe that you could turn that situation into that, it makes detachment much easier. But when you have a victim story in your mind, well, then it makes it much more difficult. It's true. The victim story means that there's nothing to learn from this. Woo-hoo me, boo-hoo. But when you know it's God's will, that this is meant to, you can learn from this, that this is meant to happen, that this is faith, amor fati, then all of a sudden it becomes more manageable, right? Warning, well, don't, people, sometimes I leave little pop quizzes for myself in this. It says, warning, don't as, I don't know what the fuck that is, people. Oh my God, Father Island is smoking too much weed. I don't know what it is, man. Anyways, so yeah, lower your expectations when you first meet people and do things. Don't expect things to work out. Expect things not to work out. Expect things. Just say, don't hype it up. Just understand that what's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. And if it doesn't happen, you're still going to be okay. Like, lower your expectations for things. Emotions get released through motion. So move around. Stop being a fucking a couch potato. React with sensation. Don't react with more thoughts and more images and more mental movies. React with increasing the sensation of whatever you're feeling. This will allow the emotions to dissolve away. If you want to practice more, go to a 10-day Vipassana retreat by going to dharma.org. Other ways is to believe in God's plan or more fati. Realize that there's a reason why things happen, and you don't know about it, but just trust that there's a reason. That over time you'll see that this was worthwhile. That allows you to let go. That allows you to go. But warning, don't I don't know what the fuck that is, people. We're not gonna find out. And the next one is resentment. Let go of resentments by writing down your resentments, how it affects you, how it affects the other person, and find someone and read it and tell it to them. Studies show that this allows you to release those feelings and could potentially help you detach much more easier. Because most attachments that are unnecessary and unnecessarily prolonged come from resentment. You know? Don't, Jesus Christ, people. Can somebody guess what that is? I think I remember. Anyways, take care, man. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org. See, this is going to kill me. I don't know what that is, man. Warning. What's a warning for this video? So it's about don't and exaggerate? I don't fucking know, man. You guys be safe. I'll let you guys know in the comment section if I find it. What guys don't understand is that actually practicing meditation literally makes you more attractive to women, because it actually prunes out all of the needy, creepy habits that we develop from rejection or from expecting rejection from women. And meditation, I mean, even the Buddha, like if you read stories of the Buddha, a lot of women wanted to sleep with the Buddha. If you read stories of Hare Krishna or any enlightened teacher, they'll say that a lot of the times these women became enraptured by them by just them looking at them in the eye. Developing a spiritual practice is sexy to women. Masculine energy with spirituality is literally a woman's kryptonite. If you guys don't believe me, Do a 10-day meditation retreat and you'll see what I'm talking about. Well, you don't have to do that. Well, I recommend if you do that. And it's actually free. It's called Vipassana. Go check it out. It's for free. I recommend it. But if you don't have the time, check out this course. It's called Emotional Mastery, where I teach you guys. It's a 5-week course to improve your dating life through practicing meditation, because it's going to give you all of the habits that you need to radiate masculinity. If you're a woman, it'll radiate femininity. If you're a man, it'll radiate masculinity. And I've seen it in my life. It's the first when I applied this, all the women that I went on a date with, all of a sudden wanted to see me again and again and again. It's to the point that I'm not even interested as much anymore. Like, I'm more picky with women. But out of all the things I've ever done, meditation, especially the ones that I'm gonna teach you, makes you more attractive. How? Because your reaction's lower. You become more nonchalant, unreactive. You let go more. You care less, and women are more drawn to that energy. So purchase this course. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you purchase it, you could join our meditation group on Zoom and WhatsApp, where you meditate with me on a weekly basis, okay? And there's a bunch of bonuses in this course, so go check it out. And if you don't like it, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, okay? So with that being said, let's continue with the video.